Hello everyone, we are the reporter for today's topic, which is all about independence and the establishment of a new republic. But before we start, I am John Loyel Favela,
I'm Kyle Malalan.
and now our topic focuses on how Philippines become an independent country, on how they conquered those struggles to become an independent. Introduction: the narrative of Philippine independence and the establishment of the Third Republic is a story of resilience, sacrifice, and determination. Bali, isa ni siya kay story kung kung sa ka brave or kung sa ka isog ang mga Pinoy o ang ilang mga sacrifices o ilang determination aron mahimo na gid sila og full independent country. Gikan sa mga pila ka tuig nga na-colonize sila sa sa US o ang devastation nila sa World War II. The Philippines faced tremendous challenges in rebuilding itself physically, economically, and emotionally. The transition from a US-sponsored Commonwealth government to fulfill independence in 1946 marked a pivotal moment in that country's history. Bale, gisponsoran sila sa US aron gisponsoran sila sa US o Commonwealth kay ang Commonwealth maoray pamaagi aron mahimo sila og independent country kay katong panahon kay na under man sa US atong panahon na, which is ang Commonwealth try pamaagi kay ang Commonwealth nag-provide ni siya o gradual transition to become a full independent country. However, this newfound sovereignty came amid lingering dependencies and contentious issues, including economic ties to the US, military presence, and the divisive collaboration controversies during the Japan occupation. Through landmark agreements like Treaty of Manila, Belt Trade Act, and Military Bases Agreement, the Philippines navigated its relationship with its former colonizer while striving to define its national identity and heal from the scars of war. This chapter explores the journey toward independence, the complexities of post-war rehabilitation, and the enduring questions that shaped the early years of the Republic. Treaty of General Relations and Protocol of 1946 or Treaty of Manila or the Agreement of Manila. This treaty formally recognized the independence of the Philippines from the United States. Na-recognize ang Pilipinas as independence at on July 4, 1946 as Philippine Republic Day or Friendship Day. The treaty or the agreement was signed by President Manuel Rojas of the Philippines and Paul V. McNaught representing U.S. President Harry Truman. Here are the important details of the treaty. The U.S. relinquished sovereignty over the entire Philippine archipelago. The U.S. agreed to represent the Philippines diplomatically until the Philippine Foreign Service was established. I-represent sa U.S. ang Philippines diplomatically kay atong panahon na kay dili pa man maka-communicate ang Philippine sa international because wa pa sila Philippine Foreign Service. The US retained the right to maintain military bases in the Philippines. Bali, gipadayon nila ang pag-maintain nila sa military bases sa Pilipinas. Primary source of the Treaty of General Relations between the Republic of the Philippines and the United States of America. The Republic of the Philippines and the United States of America, aiming to strengthen their long-standing friendship and formally recognize Philippine independence as of July 1946, agreed to the following terms. Article 1. The U.S. withdraws all sovereignty over the Philippines but retains military bases for mutual defense. Bali lang gipabilin ang mga military bases nila para sa depensa pananglitan balikan or basin na nakoy maabutay nga war nga may tabo maong gipabilin sa US ang ilang mga military. Article 2, both nations grant diplomatic and consular representative standard international privileges and immunities. Article 3, the U.S. temporarily represents Philippine interests abroad until the country establishes its own foreign services. While recognizing Philippine independence, the treaty allows U.S. military bases to remain and the U.S. to temporarily handle international affairs for the Philippines. Article 5, the Philippines assume all pre-independence debts and financial obligations. Article 6, the U.S. Supreme Court will continue reviewing pending Philippine cases until they are resolved, after which it ceases jurisdiction. Article 7, both governments agree to fairly settle claims and respect the property rights of each other's citizens' corporation. Article 8, the Philippines assumes U.S. obligations under previous treaties with Spain's kabilang nito ang 1898 Treaty of Paris and the 1900s of Treaty of Washington. Article 9, the treaty takes effect upon ratification by both nations. Here are the pictures or photos of Manila after the war. The Philippines' transition to independence promised by the Tydings-McDuffie Act of 1934 was severely disrupted by World War II. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941, Japan invaded the Philippines, leading to years of hardship. Bali, before pa nahitabo ang World War II, nakaplano na or nakapromise ng US, sponsoran nila ang Pilipinas para mahimo sila og fully independent country. However, nahitabo na invade sila sa Japan, which is giatak nila una ang Pearl Harbor kay kasama pa sa gingon ni Ma'am sa itong miaging report kay ang Pearl Harbor mao ang area kung asa nakabuta ang mga military nga gikan sa US, leading to years of hardship. Thousands of Filipinos lost their lives. The economy collapsed, causing widespread famine. Manila suffered massive destruction, second only to Warsaw. Here are the other photos of Manila after the war. The final battles of the war, especially during the liberation of Manila, resulted in extensive devastation, which was well documented in photographs showing the city's ruins.
So next, the Philippine Trade Act of 1946 or Bell Trade Act. The Philippine Trade Act of 1946 or simply Bell Trade Act was a U.S. law designed to regulate trade relations between the United States and the Philippines after Philippine independence. Giproposed ni siya by the U.S. Representative si Charles Jasper Bell in September 1945. It was later passed into law and ratified or formally approved by the Philippine Congress through Commonwealth Act 733 on July 3, 1946. So yung key provisions, first, fixed exchange rate. Establish a 2-to-1 ratio exchange rate between the Philippine peso and the US dollar. So ang value sa Philippine peso, ang value sa Philippine peso kay fix siya 2-to-1 ratio sa US dollar. So ang 2 pesos equal siya sa 1 US dollar. Next is free trade period. This allowed unlimited free trade between the US and the Philippines for 8 years. So, sa 8 ka tuig, wala silang taxes or tariffs na bayaran. Tapos, unlimited ang ilang imports and exports. Then, makasell sila products freely without extra cost. Then, after aning 8 years, nanadayon ang gradual tariff implementation. So, the Philippines and the US, mag-start na sila add of tariffs little by little. Mag-add sila 5% each year. Then by 1974, full tariff rates were in place. Next, parity rights for Americans. This gave American citizens and corporations the same rights as Filipinos. This was a law that allowed Americans to own businesses and use Philippine natural resources, just like Filipinos, which was not allowed kay naay 1935 Philippine Constitution, which naay exclusive rights ang Filipinos na sila lang dapat ang maka-exploit or makagamit sa mga natural resources. So, para ma-allow ni siya nga ang kaning 1935 Philippine Constitution kay is-change, which was controversial. So, mao to, daghan ang nag-oppose ani nga bill, believing it would keep the Philippines economically tied to the US despite gaining independence. So, nganong, despite aning opposition, nganong na-approve ra Japan siya. It's because the US linked the Bell Trade Act to the Philippine Rehabilitation Act, which promised $620 million US dollars in war reparations for damage caused during World War II. Tapos na rin sila condition na kailangan sa i-approve to nga act, which is ang Bell Trade Act, before nila madawat ang $620 million. Tas, if ila daw itong i-reject ang law, or katunga act, the Philippines would only receive less than $500 in total for payments. Tas, at that time, desperate ang Philippines sa nga assistance. So, the government was left with no choice but to approve the act. Then, on July 3, 1946, the Philippine Congress ratified or gi-approve na ito nila ang Bell Trade Act through Commonwealth Act 733 just one day before the country's official independence. This meant that while the Philippines became politically independent, its economy remained under US control due to the trade restrictions, katong parity rights, and fixed exchange rates. Next. Next is the 1947 military bases agreement. So, sa katong Treaty of Manila, katong giingon ni Eloy kanina, ang US gusto silang mag-maintain og military bases sa Philippines. So, when the Philippine government was in exile during World War II, discussions about these bases actually started. So wala pa din na independent ang Pilipinas. Ang kaning mga bases, ilan na rin naplanuhan or diplanuhan. Many Filipinos opposed the agreement because they believe it contradicted the country's independence. They argued na i-allow nila ni ang US military bases kay murag under a Japan ang Philippines sa American influence. Pero despite aning nga mga opposition, si President Manuel Rojas gidefend niya ang agreement kay kinahanglan daw ni siya sa Pilipinas to protect itself from external threats. Ross claimed na kanina mga bases would help ensure the security and stability of the newly independent nation. And by 1991, kani siya, na-withdraw na siya. Next is ang Proclamation number 51 by President Manuel Marcos Quezon. So, after World War II, dili lang war reparations ang ilang problema. Nagproblema po sila kung saan itong mga Filipino officials nga ga-work during sa mga Japanese during the occupation. So, katuna time na katong president o vice president went exile in 1941, ang ubang officials kay nagpabilin, including nato si Claro M. Recto, kato si Jose P. Laurel, Benigno Aquino, para mabilin o mag-negotiate sa mga Japanese. Many believe na kani silang kay collaborator, so they were charged by treason. Then, the newly independent government established nilang People's Court to investigate and prosecute alleged collaborators kani sila, leading to the arrest of these several prominent figures. And then, para ma-resolve din na issue, si President Manuel Rojas mag-issue na niya ang Proclamation number 51 granting amnesty or forgiveness to all accused collaborators. The country was already struggling with post-war recovery, and punishing these former leaders would cause further conflict. And also, some of the accused, like Cato si Jose P. Laurel and Claro M. Recto, are brilliant leaders who could help rebuild the country.
Chapter Summary. Philippine independence from the US was formally recognized after the Treaty of Manila. Bali, i-recognize ang Pilipinas as a full independent katong after sa Treaty of Manila, ilang gisign on July 4, 1946. While this could be considered a feat for the Filipinos and an absolute watershed in the history of the country, independence came at an extremely troubled time. Fresh pa gikan sa war, the Philippines was extremely destroyed. Kayo, the thousands of lives had been lost, public works had been rendered inutile, and the country was plagued by the issue of collaboration. The country also had to confront issues pertinent to its relations with the US. With its heavy losses from the war, the US tried to continue utilizing the Philippines in various ways to the former's advantages. Economically, the Philippines kay tied sa US as seen in the provisions of the World Trade Act. Likewise, the armed forces of the US kay gipadayon niya pon aron na mutual defense gikan sa US sa Pilipinas soiled through the 1947 Military Bases Agreement. The collaboration issue was resolved by the granting of amnesty by President Manuel Rojas. And that's all, everyone. Thank you.